Welcome to the Echo Tips Podcast.
Here's a sneak peek into what we're going to cover in this week's episode of the Echo Tips Podcast. And I did. I just got a notice on my phone that somebody thought, let's see exactly how it's phrased, smart alert, glass breaking sound possible from your Echo. And so I can... Well, hello. As you could tell from our prelude to our episode here, what we're going to be delving in today is we're delving back into our archives. That's right, back into the old treasure chest of past episodes. And we're going to look at something known as guard mode. That's the ability for your Echo to act like a guard dog, to watch your house, to listen for different things that it can alert you to even if you're not at your home. So super cool. And since I recorded this way back in episode 60, there has been advances since then. There's even a guard mode plus now, so a paid for service, so you can even get more advanced features. But we're just going to whet your appetite with this basic feature set today by looking back at episode 60. So for our new listeners who are wondering what they're listening to today, we'd like to welcome you to the Echo Tips Podcast, Season 6. My name is David Ward. I'm an assistive technology instructor with the New Vision program at Goodwill, here based in the Blue Ridge Mountains in the city of Roanoke. And so, Roanoke, Virginia. So it's good to have you all with us today. And for our returning listeners, it's good to have you as well, because of both of you are well over 116,000 listens to the podcast and in Season 6. So we really appreciate your listenership. Now, when I pull these nuggets out of the archive, they are often very popular episodes, like the top 25 or top 50 episodes of all time. And this was one of them as well, which has tremendous listenership, 4 or 5 times usually what other episodes have been listened to on average. So this is a goodie, and I think you'll really enjoy it. And I was busy this week since we're moving our classroom from one training center to another. I really didn't have time to sit down and record something new, but I knew I needed to share something with you guys that was awesome and that you would really enjoy. And maybe you had missed in a past episode. This goes way back, like Season 2 or Season 1. I can't remember. Probably Season 2. Yeah, Season 2. So anywho, I hope you enjoy this. So let me pop in that cassette tape, and we're going to play a brief message about our podcast, and then you will be right back to that content about guard mode. This episode is brought to you by New Vision at Goodwill Industries of the Valleys, and also made possible in part by a grant from the Virginia Board for the Blind and Vision Impaired. New Vision is a program of Goodwill that provides information services and assistive technology training to individuals with visual impairments. Goodwill Industries of the Valleys is a nonprofit organization serving Central, Southwest, and Southside Virginia. Goodwill's mission is to empower individuals, strengthen families, and inspire communities. These shows are provided for educational purposes. This podcast may not be retransmitted, sold, or reproduced without written permission from New Vision. And today we're going to be talking about a new feature with the Amazon Echo line of products that allows you, without any additional hardware, to have what's called guard mode or break-in detection. Now, the premise behind this is that the Echoes can turn on their microphones and listen for very specific things. And if they hear something that sounds like breaking glass or a fire alarm, while you're gone and away from home, they can alert you. or even I think a door kicked in. I can't remember. You might have to look through the documentation, but several different things it can detect. And then it'll alert you via your A-Lady app on your phone. I'm not saying her name because mine's listening right now. And you can even hear it played back to you on your phone. What sound triggered her? You know, she'll have a little like 10, 20 second clip of I heard this sound like a breaking glass, and she'll play it back to you. And with your smartphone, you can even tie in right to your Echo at home using the drop-in feature to, maybe if you have a camera on your Echo, like the Amazon Echo Show, you can see what's going on maybe, or, whatever, talk to somebody. So it's pretty handy in that way. So we're going to look at how you use that feature. But before we get too far, it would probably be good for you to shut the microphone off on your Amazon Echo. And that way, when I'm doing these demonstrations, it's not triggering your Echo at home. So if you have a Pringle can or cylinder-like Echo or a hockey puck, on the top there's a button with a microphone, silhouetted microphone with a slash through it. What you'll do is you'll press that button. It'll turn the ring red on top. It'll make a thump sound. And then you can talk freely and say her name and she won't respond. If you have an Amazon Echo Show, then if the show is facing you with the screen, on the top left edge, there'll be the furthest button on the left that shuts her ears off. You press it, it'll make a thump sound and put a red line at the bottom of the screen. So I'll just give you a second to do that, and that way we don't have multiple devices responding. So what you can do is open up the A-Lady app on your phone or tablet. And I should emphasize, you have to do it that way. You can't access this through the website, alexa.amazon.com. You can't access it there. It has to be on your tablet or smartphone. Hello, a little post-production note here to update where you'll find this in settings on the app, since the app has changed over time and since the original recording of this. You're going to go into your app and go to the button in the bottom right corner, which is like the More button, and it has 3 dots. You tap on that, it'll slide out a menu. About 3/4 of the way down that menu, you'll find the Settings button. Fortunately enough, it's not any more complicated than that. Once you go to Settings, you're going to scroll down to about your second, third page near Timers and Hunches, and you'll find Guard. It's not Guard mode listed there, it just says Guard. Then you'll go into there, and that's where you'll find your settings and your ability to turn this on. Be cautious that you don't turn on the paid-for service unless that's something you really want. But that's where you're going to find the setting. Now we'll go right back to our demo of this. So you'll need to turn that on. I, for our benefit, have already done so and tested it out, and it's pretty cool. So once you've got it all turned on and ready to go, then the idea is when you're leaving the house to go out and go to work or something, you would say, Alexa, I'm leaving.
Okay, I'll start guarding now.
Okay, so she's in guard mode now. Now, when she's in this mode, her little light is spinning on the top. That kind of tells you she's listening for anything that sounds ominous, like a broken glass, smoke detector, something like that. And that's really all she's listening for. And she's kind of constantly cycling through the last few seconds to see if she hears something like that. Kind of like when she's listening for her name, but she's just listening for these particular things. Now, this wouldn't be a demonstration without me trying to simulate breaking glass sounds, so I'm going to try and do it, and then we'll see if I get a notice on my phone. And I did. I just got a notice on my phone that somebody thought, let's see exactly how it's phrased, smart alert, glass breaking sound possible from your Echo. And so I can acknowledge that, and it will pop open the A-Lady app, and then boom, I can listen to it or drop in on my Echo at home, or whatever the Echo is that I had guard mode on. So Pretty snazzy. Now, the guard mode will remain on. It does appear until I get home, ideally, and nothing eventful happens, and I just walk in the door and I say, Alexa, I'm home.
Okay. I've stopped guarding your home.
All right, excellent. Now, I might not have delineated it a little bit. When I turned it on and turned it off, it also sent a notice to my phone. So that's kind of an added security blanket that tells you that it's on or off. So, well, there you go. That is the new guard mode on the Amazon Echo. And so, once again, you would go to the app, you go to menu, settings, scroll down through the settings, and you're looking for something that says guard or guard mode. And you would tap on that and just follow the directions. All right, well, that'll bring us to a conclusion with this particular feature. Next time, we're going to be talking about live news, how to listen to live news on your Amazon Echo. Until that time, it's time to turn your microphone back on, start practicing some of the many things that you've learned. I'm David Ward signing off, and we thank you for listening.
Thanks, Dave. Let me tell you a bit more. Let me put on my official sounding voice. Ahem. Ahem. This episode is brought to you by New Vision at Goodwill Industries of the Valleys and also made possible in part by a grant from the Virginia Board for the Blind and Vision Impaired. New Vision is a program of Goodwill that provides information services and assistive technology training to individuals with visual impairments. Goodwill Industries of the Valleys is a nonprofit organization serving Central, Southwest, and Southside Virginia. Goodwill's mission is to empower individuals, strengthen families, and inspire communities. These shows are provided for educational purposes. This podcast may not be retransmitted, sold, or reproduced without written permission from New Vision. Phew! Thanks for listening.